What's going on, great people? Let's get straight into it. Now, with the clip that I'm about to show you, the clip that I'm about to react to, I posted on it last night. I saw where some people took what was going on as I guess, battle for who is the most oppressed in America. That's not what I saw. I saw a black man standing firm to a liberal, a smug liberal at that tried to put him in his place, in a sense, by telling him, oh, I'm an advocate. She tried to throw in the black card by saying she's an advocate for black people. She has been for all of her life. Her advocacy for black people did absolutely nothing, because she's getting paid a hefty amount right now. And who I'm talking about Anna. I don't know her last name at this point. It's easy to find. You probably know her. Of course you know her. She sits on a panel for The View. And for everyone that's familiar with The View, we know that that is one of the most extremely biased, extremely left-wing, unhinged group of, I'm not going to call them anchors. I'm going to call them, I don't know what to call. I don't even know what to call them, man. It's at this point, it's just pure propaganda at this point. They attract a certain crowd. But Anna, she took it upon herself to try to check this black man. And I'm referring to Shermichael on CNN and another outlet, CNN, that has an endless amount of just people that are just so far left wing, man, that shit just be sounding goofy. It shit just be sounding crazy. Like, how can you actually believe what you're saying at this point? And they say what they say with just this, such a smug attitude about themselves, as if they're morally superior to the rest of the world, and what they say goes, and that's it. And how dare you? They have this type of how dare you think differently than how we think. So we must lecture you and lecture the American people on how they should feel, how they should think about a certain topic. So let's jump into the clip. Let's dive into it, and I'm going to break down exactly what I'm talking about.
To hear without any process at all, and now you're trying to gum up the work.
Even like, just look at the smugness on her face, and the pointing of the finger, like right in his, like, it's like, you don't, it's like the look in her face, the expression she's giving, like, you don't know what you're talking about. Even though you're a full grown adult male, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. And I get it. This show is supposed to be like a debate stage, and, you know, the battle of the different views and perspectives and whatnot. But don't you guys get tired of seeing legacy media, mainstream media, have these smug hosts and anchors and so-called journalists on the panel, and they're practically lecturing people? They're not having honest debates. Like, it's nothing about this is honest, right? Nothing about it is honest. I mean, Scott Jennings, he tells it like it is. And truth be told, a lot of people on the right, they get on these platforms and they tell it how it is, and it's an uphill battle, because they have to battle not only the leftist guests that are on here, they have to battle the host as well. Abby Phillips, she's like the ultimate left referee. She interjects herself and tries to talk down to people. But let's get into it. Just check out this expression right here. Check this out.
And now you're trying to gum up the works to keep them here.
A lot of them came in with parole. A lot of them came in.
CNN polling shows 54% of Americans want Mr.
November
Rodrigo
polling
Garcia
showed Donald
back.
Trump won the
That's
election.
CNN
So
polling.
I don't,
Who first of all, who cares about what the polling says about, of course, it's the left side voting to have an illegal immigrant come back that is supposedly in MS-13. Who cares? Of course, you're going to have people that are on the left vote in favor of bringing this man back. But is that a good enough reason to bring him back? Just because public opinion says, oh, our leftist voter base wants him back. Now, that's not a good enough reason, especially when this guy has a rep sheet. It's not a good enough reason, man. Why? First of all, why are you even conducting polls to ask people if they want an illegal immigrant back? That's crazy in itself. Why is that even poll worthy? Hey guys, do you want to bring back an illegal immigrant that got deported? Who's conducting these polls, and why is CNN putting this on their platform?
Well, you know what? We are a sovereign nation, and you cannot just come into our country illegally whenever.
Pete, Mr. Shermichael here. He's making a valid point, and you have a lot of people that still talking in the background. They're not giving him the respect of having the floor and the attention. They're still kind of laughing and talking in the background, so it's kind of hard to hear. But pay attention to what Shermichael is saying.
You cannot just come into our country illegally whenever. We are a sovereign nation, and you cannot just come into our country illegally whenever the heck you want, because we can't do it to any other country on the face of this earth.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy here. Another smug liberal that thinks he knows best. He think that he knows best. And he laughs at the black man, the independent thinking black man. He laughs at him almost as if I don't even have to show you the respect of staying quiet. What you're saying is hilarious. You don't know what you're talking about. Guys, just listen to me.
It's a legal right.
If you come to any other country on the face of
Asylum
this
is a
earth,
legal
if
right.
you come in illegally,
He says asylum is a legal right. Asylum is a legal right.
you have to leave. Americans are tired of that. We do not have unlimited resources.
You know who was here
We have to
illegally
care
with the
for our own
deportation?
We do not have unlimited resources to give to illegal immigrants. If you can't even come into this country legally, why should you qualify for any benefit in America? Why? Sure, the Constitution protects to a certain extent illegal immigrants, but not to the full extent of how it protects us citizens. They have due process protections, sure, but they don't get the full benefits of being an actual citizen because they're illegal. But yeah, okay, asylum, sure, whatever. But they have to still come in. They still should come in the right way seeking asylum. They shouldn't break laws to seek asylum, bro.
Order Marco Rubio's grandfather.
All right.
We're not talking about Marco Rubio.
All right.
We're not talking about Marco Rubio.
Now we're
limited.
You know who was here
We have to
illegally
care
with the
for our own people
deportation order?
first.
Marco Rubio's grandfather.
All right.
What does that have to do with the topic at hand? Marco Rubio's grandfather. What point did she just make there? What point did she just make there, people? With the subject of illegal immigrants getting deported, right? What point did she just make? Yet again, she has this smug look on her face as if she just made a point. As if he should shut up and, oh, now we have a good enough reason to just allow our borders to be open and accept all illegal immigrants, give them full benefits, give them protections and everything. And they shouldn't be deported. Why? Because Marco Rubio's grandfather was an illegal immigrant.
All right.
We're not talking about Marco Rubio.
Oh, now we're not. Now that's not relevant.
It's not
No,
relevant.
I'm talking about Marco Rubio because Marco Rubio
It's not
used to be
relevant.
an advocate for TPS for Venezuelans, and Marco Rubio used
Well,
to
I'm
be
not Marco
an
Rubio.
advocate for Nicaraguans and
my
Cubans.
beliefs.
No, I know you're
If you come into
not.
this country illegally, you are going home.
Damn
Simple
right.
as that. We do not
Listen,
have unlimited
I
resources.
think
in
a
this
lot of
country.
Damn right.
Americans
Take care of other
There's
people.
a hell of
We
a
have
lot
our
of
own
people
people
other than the
first,
black
Anna.
people who were brought here as slaves who came to this country illegally.
There
Did you guys peep that? Did you guys peep that? In case you didn't, let's rewind a little bit.
Who were brought here as slaves, who came to this country. Black
Santa?
people who were brought here as slaves.
People.
A hell of a lot of
hold on,
people
guys.
other than the black
Santa?
people who were brought here as slaves.
There's a hell of a lot of people other than the black people that were brought here as slaves.
Who came to this country illegally.
They're
From a
not
lot
the
of
same as
different
black people.
country illegally. Who were brought here as slaves, who came.
Take care of other
There's
people.
a hell of a lot of
hold on,
people
guys.
other than the black
Santa.
people who were brought here as slaves, who came to this country illegally.
They're
From a
not
lot of-
Again, what point is she trying to make here? I take that as shut your mouth. You're no better than an illegal immigrant. How can you advocate against illegal immigrants when your ancestors came here illegally? In fact, they didn't. They were forced here and put in work to build this country. Black people didn't break into this country. Black people didn't migrate to this country illegally. They were forced here and put in work. That has nothing to do with illegal immigration. So what she's saying here, black man, is to be quiet and to be on the side of illegal immigrants because they get to use your struggles, your traumas, and your history as a reason to stay in this country. No, that's not. No, it's completely different.
Same as black people who were brought here against
That's
our will.
exactly what I
They
just said.
decide
I
to
said
walk
there is
their
a
butts
lot
across
of
the
people
border. There's
other
a big
than the
difference.
black
There is
people.
a big
There's a
That's
big
exactly
difference.
what I
There's a
just
big
said.
difference.
That's exactly what I just said,
Shermichael.
Now, since Shermichael is calling her out, notice how she's doing all this and she's getting more animated because Shermichael just totally destroyed her point. She had no. That's not a point. She made no point, and Shermichael is rightfully calling her out on it. How dare you use black people's ancestors as a ploy to advocate on behalf of illegal immigrants breaking into this country? How dare you? And then you're so petty. You're doing all this and mocking him, and that's how smug these people are, man. Liberals do not care about black people. I don't know why black people think that the Democrats, the Democratic Party, liberals, the leftists, I don't know why y'all think these people care about y'all. They're using y'all. They're using your trauma. They're using your anger. They're using your raw emotions to push other agendas. Yet somehow these people will get in front of the cameras and put on this morally superior front in this act and talk about, oh, it's black rights, it's civil rights, it's trans rights, it's LGBTQ rights, when the entire time they're using struggles to intertwine with the different agendas that they want to push so that they can have the backing of whatever struggle of the people that they're referring to. They're using you. I don't see why people aren't seeing this.
And
Look and act indignant. That's
Okay.
exactly what
It's
I
not
just
about
said.
acting in
I-
Yes, it is.
let me
You
just
heard me
share
say
Michael.
that's other than the black
Anna
people
and
that
share
came
Michael.
as slaves. There are a lot of people from
Shermichael, I think you
countries
actually
that came
misheard
here
what she.
illegally.
I think you misheard what she said.
Now, here's Abby, the black woman, interjecting herself in it. Now she's coming to the defense of the smug liberal to check the black man and say, hey, you misheard what she said. Instead of saying, hey, Anna, how about clearing that up? Because it didn't come off right. And just so we can be sure to not misunderstand what you're saying, how about you repeat what you said and clarify it and clear it up? No, she didn't do that. She immediately tried to check this black man and say, hey, you misheard her. You're over your boundaries. You're over the line. This is what she meant, and this is how you should take it. That's how Abby Phillip is coming off as the little liberal referee. She's not going to check Anna She's gonna check Shermichael. These two black people, right? You would think that they would be on the same page, but no. Abby is in line with the white liberals. This is the guard. This is the come on, man. Like, these people are in line. Abby knows what she has to do as the CNN host. This is her show. So she knows what she has to do for the check. She has to check the black man and make sure the black man knows his place while letting the liberal white woman run wild.
Said.
No, he purposely misheard.
She said.
Purposely.
Yes, she
So now you're in my
misheard.
brain.
Shermichael, listen to me for just a second.
Is that where we're going?
You think
Shermichael,
I would
listen to me
say
for a
I would have
second.
advocated
Anna,
for black
please
people
stop.
my entire life to
Anna,
say something like that?
Anna,
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Do you think that a person that has advocated for black people for her entire life would say something like that? Really? Really? Really, Anna?
Where we're going?
You think
Shermichael,
I would
listen to me
say
for a
I would have
second.
advocated
Anna,
for black
please
people
stop.
my entire life to
Anna.
say something like that?
Really? Really, Anna? Really? Really? Look at Smug. Look, you think I would say something like that? The person who advocated for black people their whole life, me? You think I would say something like that? Really? Really? How dare you misunderstand? How dare you misinterpret what I was saying? We know exactly what you were saying, Anna. We know exactly what you were saying. You was trying to put this black man in check for speaking against illegal immigration. And you tried to use the history of black people in slavery to aid your point, but you failed. Your point failed. You didn't make no point because the two, they just don't connect, man. They don't connect. Like Trump has said before and multiple others, the 14th Amendment is for black people, is for the black slaves and their children. It's not for illegals to enter this country and just have babies and automatically become citizens. Who would make that type of rule? What type of law is that? What type of really? Think about it, people. If you made a country, if you was writing the laws of the land, why in the hell would you create a loophole for illegal immigrants to come in, exploit that loophole, and flood your country? At that point, what's the purpose of borders? What's the purpose of even having borders? If that is the law of the land, where anyone can just come in, have a baby, and you all are just automatically citizens. What's the purpose of borders if that's in the Constitution, if that's what the 14th Amendment meant? Illegal immigration and slavery, it's not the same. It's not the same, man.
Anna,
Because you've advocated for black
Anna,
people,
please
great.
stop.
Congratulations. Last time I checked, I'm black. You're not.
Okay,
Boom.
Shermichael.
Boom. You're an advocate. I'm an actual black man. You can sit on the sidelines and put on this act in front of the cameras all you want and act like you're for the cause. But as a black man, we're actually living through these issues. Black people are actually living through these issues in these neighborhoods that they're dumping these illegal immigrants in. They're actually amongst these illegal immigrants, while Anna is somewhere in a gated community, not worried about it, but yet she's advocating on behalf of, she say black people, but also now she's advocating on behalf of illegal immigrants, the same illegal immigrants that are causing harm to these black communities and sucking up the resources. So how can you advocate for black people while also advocating for the same illegal immigrants that are coming through, destroying their neighborhoods?
That's right. I'm Latino and my people are being racially profiled.
It is.
How? She's Latino and her people are being racially profiled. No, they're not. No, they're not. Are you trying to say that all of your people are just coming into the country illegally? And now, since the illegals are getting deported, they're somehow being racially profiled against? another slick way of trying to pull in the black issues that have happened within the country. Racially profile. We all know that that's a play that aligns more with the black community. Oh, we're being racially profiled. Police are racially profiling black people in certain neighborhoods in certain areas. Now she's trying to say that, since illegal immigrants are being deported, Latinos or whatever she considers herself as, since they're being deported, they're being racially profiled. Really? Really?
And do I have to remind you the history of my people?
Sure.
Do I want to go there?
I don't.
Do you really
Okay,
want to go there?
we're gonna go to break.
Slavery. That's right, Shermichael. The history of slavery being forced here and forced to hard labor compared to illegal immigrants breaking into a country and risk the chances of being deported. How does those two align with each other? You're willingly breaking into a country, risking the chance of being deported compared to risking the chance of being deported compared to slaves that were forced into the country and forced onto fields and forced into hard labor. We're not even going to get into the oppression that came behind that, the Jim Crow laws, redlining, and all that. We're not going to get into that. That doesn't align with coming into this country illegally under your own will.
Break. Raul Reyes, thank you very much for joining us. Everybody else, hang tight. We'll be right back.
Yeah, she was forced to go to a commercial break. But man, this is this is insane. This is insane. The smugness of liberals, man. Liberals aren't like y'all. People need to wake up. The left isn't on your side. The left is using you. The left is using you for your history, your past, for your rebellious spirit, for your raw emotions, for your anger. They need you guys to be angry in order to use that energy to push whatever agendas that they're trying to push. In this case, in this day and age, in these times, it's the illegal immigrants. It's for illegal immigration. They need black people to join together, but so far, black people aren't really getting involved with it. Right. So now they're using certain instances like the guy with the MS-13 tattoos on his hands. They got deported to El Salvador. They don't really have the backing for that. So Democrats are flying to El Salvador, trying to get in front of the cameras and make it a big deal because they don't have enough support. And black people, like it's not black people's fight. It's black people has to realize that this country is ours. We put in the work, we put in the labor, we put in the blood, sweat, and tears in this country just as much as anyone else. And this country belongs to us just as much as it belongs to anyone else. So it's crazy to want to burn this country down. It's crazy to want to just allow anyone to just roam through and to just overlook the laws of the land. And it's crazy to just want America to crash and burn. When this country, we put in so much work, and our ancestors put in so much work for this country. It's crazy. Other than that, man, like just wake up to what the media is doing. Just wake up to who these people really are. They're not your friends.